Welcome to the first Razorback Reels of the semester. I'm Gigi Kraemer.
And I'm Konner Marsh. Thank you for joining us.
Before we jump into our broadcast this evening, we'd be a bad entertainment show if we didn't mention one of Hollywood's biggest nights happening right now.
The MTV Music Video Awards broadcast this evening and will be all the buzz tomorrow. While we can't cover it tonight, we absolutely look forward to hearing about the night.
Entertainment news has been ablaze this week, so it's only fitting we begin our show discussing all the hot gossip and some of the biggest drama surrounds an ex-Game of Thrones star and a Jonas brother. Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas announced their divorce earlier this week. Konner, what's your take on this breakup?
Now, I mean, I'm not the biggest for celebrity drama, but Joe Jonas is definitely a bad ex-husband here. I mean, come on, you were married to the woman and now you're slandering her, saying that she's a bad mother. Definitely in poor taste here, I'd say. I
would agree. I think that they said the divorce is amicable, and his behavior has not been reflective of that. And the fact that they do have children, it just does not rub me the right way. But at least Sophie has all of Taylor Swift's Fearless, which also discusses a split with Joe Jonas. So hopefully that will carry her through this. It's just crazy to see that because this is a very personal matter for a family, and I can't imagine what it's like to be in the public eye dealing with everything that goes along with it and trying to save face almost.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with what you have to say. Mm-hmm. Moving on from one celebrity couple to another, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher are under fire for their letters of support fellow That 70s Show star Danny Masterson. Masterson was sentenced for rapes committed at the height of his fame. Gigi, how do you feel about these letters? I
haven't actually read the full things yet, but it's a tough situation to be in. Obviously, this comes after, in the trial process, it's sentencing, I believe, is what these letters are supposed to help with. Yeah. So they know he's guilty, and from what I have seen discussed about the letters, they did not acknowledge that, and I feel like, obviously, I've never been put in this position. To be put in this position must be very difficult, and what you write, you have to be very careful about it. They didn't think anyone would see it, is what... That's kind of where a lot of the backlash comes in. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, they did an apology. They pretty much just said, hey, we're sorry that people found this. It was supposed to be private information. It's definitely tough because, I mean, yeah, he was your former co-star, but you just, I mean, you can't support... Yeah, and you still, I feel like, even if you don't think anyone's ever going to see what you're saying, you have to still say the right thing, which maybe didn't happen in this case. Another celebrity facing backlash for a recent decision is Drew Barrymore. Barrymore announced Monday that her show would be returning to air. The talk show is scripted by WGA members who are not being compensated for the shows to return to air. Konner, do you think Drew is in the wrong here? Now, I'm not the most up-to-date on all the strikes and stuff going down. I do know that Drew Barrymore's talk show, she is labeling it as a broadcast show, which is why she doesn't need writers. But she definitely does need writers for that. Yeah. So, I mean, it definitely just seems like she wants to make some money during all this. But, yeah, I'm not too sure about this here. I'm pretty sure if you were a broadcast show, you wouldn't be using WGA writers. So obviously strikes are very hard for everyone involved because you're not going to work, you're not making a check. But if you're part of it, I feel like you need to stand with that and not go against it and kind of try and relabel yourself as something that your show is not. It's so weird, too, to see Drew Barrymore doing this. I mean, she's one of the sweetest people on the planet. So. Yeah, I thought they got mixed up, and it was shocking to find out. Yeah. So for our first segment of the night, we have winners and losers. Our in-studio reporters will be breaking down who's on top and who's on their flop era this week. Razorback Reels reporter Alyssa Coleman is here with the weekly breakdown.
Thanks, Gigi. Our first loser of the evening goes to none other than Elon Musk. After buying the well-known and well-loved platform that we all know as Twitter, Musk made an inexplicable decision to rebrand the app as X. The billionaire is being questioned by users everywhere for this odd choice. But the real flop here is that no one is even calling it X. Everyone still refers to it as Twitter. To add to this, it has also been announced that Musk and his ex Grimes have secretly welcomed a new child into the world. Memes are already being made about the child's name, Technomechanicus. Our next loser of the night is a true heartbreaker, Timothée Chalamet. The French-American actor ruined the lives of many teenage girls when footage was released of Timothy and Kylie Jenner smooching during a recent Beyonce concert. Many claim that his romance with Jenner feels very random, but I think that any haters may just be grieving their chance at a relationship with this A-list celebrity. As a bonus, Timothy has also received criticism for being cast in a movie that hasn't even been released yet, Wonka. Thousands of videos have been circulating TikTok, mocking a line Chalamet delivers in the trailer, because apparently it gave people the ick. Sorry, Timmy, but for now you're one of our losers. This segment of winners and losers would be a flop if we didn't talk about this next winner, Olivia Rodrigo. The 19-year-old dropped her second studio album, Guts, on September 8th, and fans can't get enough. Not only is her fan base finding the songs relatable and true to her style, but a couple have even gone viral for how catchy and real they are. Olivia gets bonus points because people who bought the vinyl version of Guts discovered an unreleased surprise track following the end of the album. Not only is this creating conversation about her, but it's ensuring the sales of her vinyl. Smart move, Olivia. Our final winner of the evening is the one and only Sabrina Carpenter. The former Disney star just wrapped up her tour for her 5th studio album, Emails I Can't Send. The tour went viral online for Carpenter's creative outros of each show, where she revised the last part of the last song in her set to include the name of whichever city she happened to be performing in that night. Iconic. Beyond her own successful tour, Sabrina is now on tour with none other than Taylor Swift, opening for the Eras Tour. Sabrina is performing songs from her latest album for millions of fans. The only people upset about this duo are Americans, because Sabrina started opening for Taylor after she left the US. Regardless, Sabrina is slaying. That's a wrap on this week's edition of Winners and Losers. Reporting for Razorback Reels, I'm Alyssa Coleman.
Thanks, Alyssa, for that recap of the heroes and villains of the entertainment world this week. I think that my top villain is gonna have to go to Timothy Chalamet. I'd only ever seen him in one movie before all of this went down, which was Little Women, and I think he did amazing in that. But his delivery in the Willy Wonka trailer has ruined all movies for me, because I'll be there sitting, watching the trailers, excited, and then he'll go, "So quiet up and listen down," and I just start laughing, and I feel so bad, and everyone in the theater's like looking at me, and I'm
Oh yeah, that definitely has been in my head over and over again, that one part of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you feel about him and Kylie Jenner?
It's kind of funny. I didn't believe it at first when I saw it. I was like, this is so random, but if it's working for them, I mean, I'm not upset about it.
Let's go to the winners. Gigi, did you listen to the Olivia Rodrigo album?
I did. I listened to it probably on loop all weekend.
Yeah, she was definitely my winner of the week. I really liked her debut album, but it was something that I listened to at the time of its release, didn't go back to it much. This album feels very early 2000s, grunge vibes. I definitely like the take on the album. It seems like an instant classic. Definitely album of the year contender already.
Yeah. I think that it's been cool to see her growth, and it's exciting to see where she's going.
Right. So coming up after the break, we'll be putting on our records and jamming out to the music. Industry's best. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Our next segment, Hog Wild Harmonies, focuses on one of this country's biggest industries, the world of music.
A record-holding album turns 25 this year. In the studio tonight, we have Razorback Reels reporter Noah Kim to tell us more. Noah?
Thanks, y'all. Grammy Award winner, rapper/actor, neo-soul singer Lauryn Hill is celebrating the 25th anniversary of her magnum opus, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Now, just to set the stage, this album set and shattered multiple records for Miss Hill. Most Grammy Awards for a female rapper, highest first-week sales for a female artist, and the first ever rapper to win the Album of the Year, period. Now, let's hit the highlights of the album to see why it made such a splash. Miss Hill sets the tone of the album with the first song, Lost Ones. This song flexes Hill's rapping capabilities as her expert wordplay details a feeling of regret and anger towards a previously toxic relationship. My emancipation don't fit your equation is one of many punchy and poignant lines that Miss Hill spits in this track. Miss Hill reminds the listener that she is not just a one-trick pony, as her album likes to boomerang between hip-hop and soulful singing. The next track on the album, X Factor, continues the failed relationship narrative, but with a neo-soul backdrop. No rap verses are found on this song. Instead, Miss Hill pours her heart out through satisfying layered harmonies. The weeping guitar solo at the end of this song is also played by a familiar face. Woodstock 69 alumni Carlos Santana licks his guitar with precision throughout most tracks on this album. His contributions underscore the already sublime sound of Miseducation. Now, of course, we got to talk about the Apex radio hit Doo-Wop, or That Thing. This song blends Miss Hill's retro singing influence with her modern rapping technique. Miss Hill gives warning to men and women about the pitfalls of a modern relationship. She emphasizes self-discovery, asking the listener, how are you going to win when you are not right within? Now, I've just scratched the surface of this album's game-changing impact, but I do not want to spoil the surprise for y'all. This album is undoubtedly made its mark on music history, and Lauryn Hill recorded all of it while she was pregnant with her first son, Zion Marley. This pregnancy extended her already impressive vocal range. That's a fact. Look it up. And that's all I have for time-wise on Razorback Reels. My name is Noah Kim. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Noah. Lauryn Hill is currently touring in celebration of her album's anniversary, and we're going to talk about it.
What a great story, Noah. I remember being a sophomore in high school hearing Lost Ones for the first time, and I was instantly hooked. I had to go home, listen to the whole album, figure out who this artist was. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is definitely not only one of the best albums of all time, definitely one of the best rap, hip-hop, R&B albums ever. There's a lot of great features for the time. Like Noah said, Carlos Santana, Mary J. Blige is also on the album. This album just is really incredible. It won Album of the Year at the Grammys, beating out Shania Twain and other big artists at the time. It really was just incredible, and anybody who's never heard this album, at least just go listen to Doo-Wop. It was one of the biggest hits of the late 90s, and it's definitely worth a listen. You will not be disappointed. But up next, we learn all about one of America's craziest houses in the country. Stick around after the break to find out. Welcome back to Razorback Reels. For our next segment of the night, we turn into the world of reality TV.
Each summer, contestants are locked in the Big Brother house to compete to win a cash prize. Razorback Reels reporter Madison Smith is here to tell us more.
It's day 42 in the Big Brother house, and the house guests are almost to the halfway point. This 25th season of the show has brought some odd twists to the table that I don't think any of us have completely understood yet, but it sure has been entertaining. The first twist of the season came the first night when the house guests came back in from the head of household competition and found Survivor legend Cirie Fields in the kitchen. While adding in another house guest was a twist of its own, host Julie Chen Moonves let the viewers know that Cirie was the mother of house guest Jared Fields. Fans of the show have said that they think Jared is going to ruin Survivor Legends game because of his relationship with fellow house guest Blue, along with his general poor social gameplay. Currently, Cameron, the stay-at-home dad from Georgia, is the head of household, and some house guests have painted him as a villain. Sunday night's episode showed the nomination ceremony where Cameron nominated Felicia and Izzy for eviction. Both Izzy and Felicia have expressed their disliking for Cameron throughout the season, which ultimately got them a spot on the block. Now, I keep up with the live feed, so I personally know how the veto competition and ceremony play out, but we don't want to spoil anything around here on Razorback Reels. So tune in tomorrow night for the special 2-hour-long episode of Big Brother. Who will win the power of veto, and will it be used to save either Felicia or Izzy? And don't forget to tune in Thursday night to see who will be evicted from the Big Brother house. From way outside the Big Brother house, for Razorback Reels, I'm Madison Smith.
The finale of Big Brother is expected to air on November 9th, making this season the longest season yet, with the house guests being in the house for a total of 100 days. Gigi, do you know anything about Big Brother?
I do. I know you're stuck in the house with no outside contact, except for the cameras.
How do you think you do on Big Brother?
Well, judging off sorority recruitment, which was 2 weeks stuck in a house, I think I would go insane.
Yeah.
And I had, my phone, and I could watch TV at the end of the night. I could not do it.
No, there's none of that. Big Brother's always been one of my favorite shows. It's something me and my mom watched a lot growing up, and now the whole family watches it. So, yeah, what Madison was saying about this season, it's really interesting. She started by talking about Sari, who is one of the greatest Survivor players of all time. If you watch Survivor, you know who Sari Fields is. And so it's really interesting to see her play this season of Big Brother. Not only just to see her play, but the fact that her son is there makes it a lot interesting. We've seen on the feed so far Sari really take control of the game. She just has a lot of allies that love to talk a lot, and that's something that she's had to manage, mostly being her son. He told his showman's Blue that his mom was in the house. But I guess lucky that Blue is just a little close there. But.
Yeah, I definitely would run into that problem on Big Brother. I love to chat, and sometimes...
Now, last week, they actually had to cancel the eviction because one of the house guests won a twist where they got to cancel the eviction. Jag was supposed to be evicted, but Matt used the power of veto, or his power, to save him. How would you feel as the head of household if both of your nominees are on the block and one of them goes home and then he tries to open the door and it's locked? How would you feel?
Not great. I think sending someone into that would be hard.
Yeah.
And sending anyone a veto would be hard, but having that just like the icing on the cake of, wow, this has been a tough night emotionally.
Yeah, definitely a crazy season of Big Brother.
Coming up after the break, we'll be talking all things fashion. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Razorback Reels. While the hot weather has certainly made itself at home in Fayetteville, Starbucks is serving pumpkin spice lattes, so that means it's fall.
And with the start of fall comes a new round of fashion trends making their appearance here in the studio. We have Lillyanna Gigerich to break down the fashion trends of each season.
After hitting the runway earlier this year, I'm here to tell you the top 6 fashion trends coming up this fall. First off, the no pants trend. Once Christina and Ciro hit the runway this fall, celebrities such as Kim Kardashian have been joining in. Picture a bodysuit with no pants. While the trend may show up in a little less aggressive way for the everyday fashionista, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of this after a few celebrities have been rocking it. The next trend we have making its way back this fall is all things metallic. From your shoes to your earrings, mesmerize everyone with your shimmer and shine. Faux or real, leather is making its comeback this fall. Spruce up any outfit with a touch of leather and you'll be ready to have the best season ever. It's a good day to be a Razorback because red is the color this fall. Go and buy all your game day red this fall so you can be along with the trends all autumn long. Be ready for the business moments by grabbing your blazer since that's our next fashion trend. Styling it up or down is perfect for any job paired with just the right accessories. The final fall trend is about the romantic side of the fashion world. The fashion world is exploring its romantic side by adding ruffles or bows to any outfit to grab those attention of those around. So, what will your fashion choice be this fall? Business casual, leather accents, or no pants? Whatever your choice be, I can't wait to see you take it on this fall on campus. That's all I have for you today. I'm Lillyanna Gigerich, and I'm sending it back to you anchors.
Thanks, Lillyanna, for breaking down the perfect wardrobe to pair all of our fall favorites with. I am very excited for a few of these. I'm a little iffy on some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no fashion expert. I'll be rocking sweatpants and a hoodie all fall long.
Personally, I love blazers. I love 80s inspired fashion. So like Giant, I love the silhouette. I love how professional it makes me feel, you know? So I can get with that. I can get with bows and ruffles. I think they're super cute, super feminine, and they just make me feel extra special when I'm walking around. I don't know how I feel about no pants.
Yeah, that was a little interesting. I know the bodysuits have been in, but I don't know. I guess maybe on campus I don't see it as much.
Yeah, I mean, I rock a big t-shirt with short shorts sometimes, but I'm always, you know, anyways. Our final segment of the night focuses on all things local to Arkansas.
Though Fayetteville isn't a traditional hub for national entertainment, many local organizations have stepped up to create a vibrant entertainment scene. The University of Arkansas Headliners Committee announced that country artist Casey Donahue will perform this Thursday at the Greek Theater. The performance is scheduled for 7 p.m. and is completely free to university students who bring their student ID.
The Tony Award-winning musical 6 is touring through the Walton Arts Center. The production runs September 12th through the 17th.
Finally, country music star Jason Aldean will be playing at the Amp later this week.
Northwest Arkansas may be often overlooked by major artists, but there is truly an amazing up-and-coming art scene coming to the area.
And that's all the time we have this evening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Razorback_Reels. I'm Konner Marsh.
And I'm Gigi Kraemer. Have a great night.